Hello everyone, so this time I will show you the tutorial to make this cute little bag, the coquette bag. I already released the pattern 2 years ago, I guess. If you want to purchase the pattern, you can check the link on description box, or you can just follow this tutorial. It's very easy, simple, cute bag. My goal is to make your everyday bag fit a lot of stuff. You can customize it the way you want it, the size, the handle, and everything. You can put the ribbon for a little coquette. You can also put the ribbon side to side. Let's go make the bag. This is the material that needed. I suggested to use a medium to big yarn number weight. For this tutorial, I used this yarn and almost 2 skeins, and I used one size bigger than recommended for the hook, scissors, ribbon if you want, and also darn needle, or you can use a smaller hook for finishing. Before we start, I'm gonna break down the construction of this bag. We will make 2 panels. The first panel is the button panels. The second panel is the hook panels. Next, we will make the width of the bag that also has the handle of the bag. Then we will join them together with sewing. It's not about one is better than the other. It's more like what is necessary that we use fit for. So the usual double crochet stitches, as you can see, it's very airy. It's more visible, it's more see-through and loose. So for certain stuff, you do really need like this. Or for the certain yarn that you use, that like a cotton usually, even when you use these stitches, it's already quite tight too. But like for this case, because we're just gonna make a bag using the link double crochet, it's way better because it's, see how close and tight it is. Even when you pull it, you didn't really see a lot. It's not really visible. First of all, we're gonna learn how to make double crochet. So yarn over, get through the loop, push your hook, grab the yarn, and now you have 3 loops. Then you push the hook again, grab the yarn, get through the first 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops left, and then grab the yarn, get through all. So this is how you start and making link double crochet. First of all, it's always starting with more of 2 chains as a stand. So if the usual double crochet, you just yarn over and go through right away to the loop that we will start the stitch with. However, with the link double crochet, from this last chain that you made, this is the front part, this is the back part, through the back part from the front one, pick up the yarn. Now you have 2 loops, and then remember the loop that you initially want to do the first stitch, get through, pick up the yarn again. Now you have 3 loops. Get the first 2 and then get the last 2 like this. And now as you see here, this is the top loop, or the one that look like a chain, that this is the middle part, and then this one that the chains as the foundation. You poke through this middle part and then grab the yarn, take it out. You have 2 loops now on your hook, and go to the initial chain, pick up the yarn again, get the first 2 loops, get the last 2 loops, pick up the yarn, get the first 2, get the last 2, then chain 2. So it's like from the back. First of all, we're gonna make the bottom part of the bag. We start with the chain. Grab your yarn with your thumb and then 3 fingers, and then wrap it around, turn it over, cross it, hold it with your pinkies, put your hook, goes down for the first yarn, grab the second yarn and then pull slowly, and there you go, you get it. Now we will learn how to make chain. It's very easy. Push your hook, grab the yarn, get through the loop on your hook. There you go, you make 1 chain, and you better put stitch marker to remember. Push your hook, grab the yarn, get through, push. Now you have 3 chains, and keep making chains until you get the length of the underback that you wanted. As for me, I made 34 chains for 23 centimeters. Made 2 more chains, but remember the last chain that you made. Now we will make increased double crochet. It means we increasing the stitches. When it's supposed to be only 1 double crochet on the loop, but because you're increasing, instead of 1 you put 2 double crochet in 1 loop. From this first row, we're gonna make increase row, because we're gonna increase in the first loop and the last loop. So you're gonna make 2 double crochet in here and 2 double crochet in here, while the rest of the chains you're just gonna need to make 1. Doesn't matter if you wanna use the link double crochet or double crochet. You keep making increase row until you're satisfied with the shape or you reach the length that you want. The lengthwise as to the white part, as I like it neater, so I'm gonna use link double crochet in here. See, this is 2 double crochet in 1 loop, and then the next one I'm gonna only make 1, so this is the increase row. You can see that's in the first one there's 2 double crochet in one loop, and then the last one also 2 double crochet in one loop. Always remember to put the stitch marker on your first stitch and the last stitch so you will remember. So I finished the increasing row with 4 rows in total, which reached 26.5 centimeters in the white, and it's 4.5 centimeters in the height, and then with the total of 42 double crochet. The next one until the very end, until reaching the height of back tattoo one, only double crochet each, so no increasing anymore. So basically you keep doing this rows until you reach the height of the back that you want, but you have to stop before 2 rows in the end or from above. Also, you need to memorize how many rows that you made before the 2 rows above, and how many rows that you made for the increased rows for the next panel. Now we will make the button. Make the button on the second last from the top. Before that, you have to put stitch marker between the button by dividing 2 of your total stitch in a row. For instance, I have 42 stitches in a row, so I put the stitch marker between the 21st and the 22nd. The button is gonna be between these two. Like 42 divided by 2, it's 21 from here and 21 from here. And then you put the stitch markers. That's why your total stitch always need to be in even number. If you choose to put the ribbon to make the coquette look, we're gonna need to make it in the ordinary or usual double crochet. Chain 2 as usual, do double crochet along until you meet the first stitch marker. Then you make double crochet on the stitch marker. Take it off first. Now we will make a 5 DR cluster. I know it's a bit intimidating, but I promise you it's not as hard as it sounds. So first of all, we need to make chain 3, and then you see here under the loop, we're gonna put the 5 DRCL or 5 treble cluster. For treble crochet, we're gonna yarn over 2 times, yarn over and then yarn over again, and you will have 3 loops on the hook. You go through the under the loop and pick up the yarn, push your hook, yarn over, get through the first 2 loops, and then push the hook, get through the first 2 loops, and then leave it 2 loops on the hook, because we're gonna make a cluster or 5 treble crochet in 1 stitch. Yarn over 2, then goes to the same under loop, pick up the yarn, get through 2, get through 2. Now you have 3 loops, and then double again, push 2, double again, now we're gonna go with the last one. Which now you have 6 loop on your hook, push your hook, yarn over, get through all. Now is the important part. You have to do it in the right surface, so you have to decide it which one that you put as the outer. So your hook on the right as usual, and then you turn it down. Remember the yarn supply on the left, then you push it to the front, pull the yarn supply, pick up the yarn and get through it, or it's also called slip stitch. Pull your yarn tightly so it looks puffy. Don't forget to put your stitch marker on the top of your stitch before, so you're not gonna mistaken where you're gonna put your stitch on the next row. And you do double crochet as usual on the next one. Then put your stitch marker again, because I know it seems like unnecessary, but sometimes it can be confusing for the next row. In this way, you do know where to place your stitches. Just keep going. So for the last row, use the stitches that you used before the button row, either link double crochet or double crochet. Finish the button panel. So the easy thing is like you make the chain, pull the yarn, cut it, you can just pull tightly the leftover yarn, and then that's it. Height of the panel is 10.5 centimeters. So I did 4 rows for the increase, 8 rows for the button, 1 rows for the ribbon and for the button, and more rows for the closing. So in this last row, just like how you made the button panel before, you have to mark, find the middle of it. For instance, 21 stitches from the right one to the middle and 21 stitches from the left to the middle, and we're gonna put the stitch marker Now we will do the last row with the main double crochet stitches that you use until we meet the first stitch marker. You can take off your stitch markers and then you chain 10 or you chain that can fit the button of your previous panel. The smaller is better rather than too big. See, like mine, I only need 6 chain, and then pull the yarn, take off your hook, and then go to your previous stitches here. Take the yarn, pull the yarn from the serge. Keep doing the stitches until the end of the row. You reach out the last stitch, you can just cast off, chain 2, pull yarn a little bit more, cut the yarn, pull the left over. Now the panel both ready. It's time to make the handle. You can choose which panel that you're gonna start with for the handle. Like I'm just with the bottom panel. So first of all, you have to start with the right surface, which is this one, and then turn it over, and you can start from any stitches on the bottom. Just randomly start from here. Insert your hook, take the yarn, make chain 2, and then you can start do the link double crochet if you prefer that, or the usual double crochet. Don't forget to put your stitch marker on the beginning and the end of row. So as you see, there's just like 1 stitches in here, and then you do 1 also. Just keep going on with 1, and we will meet again on the side. So you can always tell the difference between one row, the next row. When you reach this side, there's always 2 parts, 1, 2, like this, 1 and 2. So you put the double crochet into each hole. So 1 row you will get 2 double crochet. Just keep going. And since line, the total row of the height of my bag is 14. 14 multiple to 28. So I'm gonna make 28 double stitches around here. Now already reached the last one. From now on, we will make a foundation link double crochet for the handle. I will make the handle with the length of 50 centimeters. If you have the chain over here, just want to make the link double crochet as usual. Get through the middle part in here. Pick up the yarn. and then goes to the bottom part, get through this, pick up the yarn. Now you have 3 loops. Pick up the yarn, only get through the first loop. Now we make the chain as the foundation in here. And to make it easier, you can put stitch marker here. Then get just like double crochet as usual. First 2, push, last. And then you go through the middle part again. Pick up the yarn. Get through the bottom one, remember? Get through the bottom one. Pick up the yarn. At first you have to go only the first, and then go 2, and then go last 2. Just keep doing that if you go with the linked double crochet. Yarn over, get through the bottom part, and then go through the first one, go through 2 and go through 2. Yarn over, see the chain that you made from before, get through, because we're gonna continue to make the chain foundation. Like this, make the chain first, and then you make the double crochet. And then how you keep going for the handle. So I made my handle for 50 centimeters. This part you just do it as what you did on the previous side. And make sure when you connect this, it's not twisted. So make sure in the right lines. Please. Since I'm doing with the link crochet, so I'm gonna this, and then you have to put your hook from the chain foundation, then get through the yarn, and remember every row it's 2 double crochet, so connect it with this one, pick up the yarn, get through the chain first, and now you just double crochet as usual. Here the last stitch, and we will meet the first stitch. Don't forget to put the stitch marker. This time we will stitch in the rounded. We're gonna join it. First of all, you put the yarn behind the first stitch, and then you put your hook, push from the front loop of the first stitch. Be careful, don't confuse with the stitch marker, and then pick up the yarn, get through the loop, and now that yarn, get through the loop on the hook like this, and turn it, turn the hole, chain 2, and continue to double crochet all over until you get the width of the back that you want. So you will restart the row with the last stitch that you just made from the previous row. I only did 3 rows for the width of the back. This is how I casting off. Just like you join it, and then yeah, it's just the same. And pull it around. It's 3 rows or like around 2.5 centimeters. Now we will join the panel together. So first of all, you put the stitch markers. Remember how many stitches that you made for this area. Then put the stitch markers, and the bottom part will always have to be in the same stitches with the first chain that we made while we make the panel, this panel before. Mine is like here. Remember how many rows that you made multiple 2? I made 14 rows in here, multiple 2, 28. So it's 28 stitches. I start with 34 chains, so it's 34 around here, and back again 28. After you made the stitch markers, it in the wrong side, and this panel also in the wrong side. So wrong side meet the wrong side, and then this marker should be meet each other. This one you don't really need to put the stitch marker because you already know where it's end. And there's like so many ways to do the sewing in the crochet, but I feel like it's one of the easiest and also look so neat as well. It's not that feasible. Just you put, so basically just like how you do hand stitching, but this one in crochet. You put your yarn on into your darn needle, and then start from here. Remember that 1 row equal with 2 stitches, so you have to stick it. Yeah, just prepare your yarn, that you have to estimate your yarn. Then you can tie it up. First, secure, and then just go again into the same loop if you want. Pull the yarn, and then the next one, this one still in the same row, so goes to the next stitch. Just every 2 stitches in here, it's 1 row in this side, just like that, and keep going. And then this one easier because 1 stitches in here, 1 stitches in here, gonna meet together until you meet up on here. Just try to knot it, tie it up, and cut it up. I feel like super neat. You can always try to hide the leftover yarn with your hook or using darn needle, but I feel like I don't mind because It's gonna be in the inside anyway, so as long you already make sure it's secure. Not much for me, just like this. Hold it together and you turn it over. There you go, you got your bag. But if you want to make your bag a little bit cuter, like what I do, you can always insert the ribbon. You can make it on the side or just in the middle. So you can use your hook to insert the ribbon. That is why in this second row from above, you need to, or you can even use your hand. You need to use the usual double crochet. So yeah, just insert the way that you want, like every 4 stitches or every 5 stitches, and then let it out, pull it out, and then you put it in like that. Or you want to make it match, just it's depend on you.